Hello friends, I am Pooja Jain uploading the video on some sections of Indian Contract Act 1872. If you like this video, please press the like button, and if you are new, please subscribe the channel. So let's start. Indian Contract Act 1872. What is the contract? Contract means an agreement which is enforceable by law. An agreement which is not enforceable by law is not a contract. Only the agreement which are enforceable by law is a contract. Now in this video, we are discussing section 10 to 18 of the Indian Contract Act 1872. Now there is a statement that all contracts are agreement, but all agreements are not contract. So section 10 deals with when agreements are contract. All agreements are contract if the agreement fulfill this conditions. This condition is also the essentials of the valid contract. All agreements are contract if it made by free consent, means there is not a consent which are obtained by undue influence, coercion, misrepresentation, fraud, etc. Party is competent to contract means party is measure, sound mind and not disqualified by any law for contracting. For lawful consideration means consideration must be lawful and not illegal. With lawful object means the object of the agreement must be lawful. And last, not expressly declared void by any law or this Indian Contract Act. Not expressly declared void means not forbidden by law or against public policy, etc. So to conclude this, all agreements are contract if it is made by free consent of the parties, parties competent to contract for lawful consideration with lawful object and not expressly declared void. Now, these 2 points we have to discuss in detail. Section 11. Who are competent to contract? Every person who is major, sound mind and not disqualified by any law for contracting is competent to contract. Now, every person who is minor, unsound and declared disqualified by any law, then that person is not competent to contract. In spite of this, the minor have some right, means no doubt minor is not capable to contract, but minor is entitled for the benefits. Section 12. What is unsound mind or what constitute unsound mind under the Indian Contract Act? All the time he means party make the contract. Okay. At the time of party make the contract, the two things are essential. First, he is capable to understand it, means he is capable to understand the contract and forming a rational judgment as to its effect upon his interest. Means the contract he is made, he must know the effect upon his interest of that contract. No doubt the person who is generally of sound mind but occasionally of unsound mind is capable to make a contract at the time when he is of sound mind. Section 13. Consent. Consent means one or parties, all the parties to the contract agreed upon the same thing in the same sense. Section 14. Free consent. We have discussed in the essentials of the contract that free consent is necessary. So what is free consent? All the consents are the free consents, but when it is made by these things, it is not free consent. Means every consent is the free consent when it is not made by coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, mistake. Now we are discussing all this in detail. Section 15 to 18 deals with these concepts. CUFM. CUFM means coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation. Let's discuss. Section 15, coercion. According to layman, all these concepts are equal, but the difference between these are discussed as Section 15 deals with coercion. Coercion means committing or threatening means fear. Committing or fear to be commit any act which is forbidden by Indian Penal Code, or unlawful detaining or threatening to detain any property to prejudice of any person with the intention of causing any person to enter into agreement. The reason to commit all this is the person enter into agreement is necessary. Anyhow, so for example, A on boards an English ship on high seas cause B to enter into agreement by an act which forbidden by IPC, and after that if B not commit that act, A sues the B for breach of contract. This constitute the coercion. Section 16, undue influence. Undue influence means relation between the parties is such that one party is in position to dominate the will of the other, and very important, the dominant party use that position to obtain unfair advantage over the other. If the dominating party does not use their position to obtain unfair advantage over other, then it does not constitute undue influence. For example, father gave money to son and by misuse the parental influence take the bond from his son for greater amount. This constitute undue influence. Section 17, fraud. Fraud means any acts committed by party with intent to deceive another to enter into contract. Any act means any of this following acts. First, suggestion as a fact which is not true by whose believe that it is not true. Active concealment of a fact by the party who have the knowledge about it. Promise made without intention to perform it. Any other act fitted to deceive. Act or omission declared fraudulent by law. For example, A sells his horse by auction who is unsound. A says that his horse is of sound mind, then it is fraud. Section 18, misrepresentation. There is very slight difference between the fraud and misrepresentation. Misrepresentation means positive assertion in a manner not warranted by the information of person making it of that which is not true, though he believes it to be true. Second, breach of duty but without intention to deceive, causing party to make a mistake as to the substance of a thing which is subject to the agreement, but innocently. Then all this is constitute as misrepresentation. Some points of difference between fraud and misrepresentation are: in fraud, person making suggestion not believe it to be true, but in misrepresentation, person making suggestion believe it to be true. In fraud, there is intention to deceive another party, but in misrepresentation, there is no intention to deceive the another party. I hope this information is helpful to understand you some concepts of the Indian Contract Act 1872. Thank you for watching.